Tonight, we begin with voting rights and gerrymandering. Right now, new gerrymandered maps are being challenged in 3 states, Texas, Ohio, and North Carolina. Not only will these challenges impact elections for years to come, they're also causing delays right now. BNC correspondent Janine Donaldson explains how.
We are in perilous times. January 6th should be telling all of us that there are people out here who have taken off the gloves, no holds barred. Anything necessary they will do to regain control.
Charlotte NAACP President Reverend Corinne Mack is calling for citizens to get engaged in the election process, vote down ballot, and hold state leaders accountable.
We need to look at the fact that the North Carolina Republican legislation continues to find ways to violate our democracy.
The North Carolina Supreme Court ruled Wednesday to delay the March primary for legislative, congressional, and judicial seats by 2 months and suspended candidate filing in order to review lawsuits claiming Republicans illegally gerrymandered some districts.
The maps were drawn with racial precision, and that we have to do more than just delay an election.
According to the Associated Press, the lawsuits say lawmakers gave Republicans unbreakable majorities in the state House and Senate and nearly assured victories in at least 10 out of 14 House seats starting with the 2022 elections.
This is not the Republican Party. This is the party of Trump. This has become the party of hate. And the fact that people are doing the kinds of things that they're doing every single day that harms Black people and people of color on a regular basis intentionally tells me that we have a major problem in this country. But more importantly, we have a problem right here in North Carolina.
Democratic members of the state congressional delegation released a joint statement saying, quote, North Carolinians deserve fair maps and fair elections, so we strongly support the decision of the state Supreme Court to delay the 2022 primary election. The right to vote is the most fundamental right in a democracy, but this sacred right requires fair, free, and just elections. Today's decision is another step on the path to justice, end quote. Groups that filed the lawsuits want the General Assembly ordered to redraw the lines, saying voters would be irrevocably harmed if elections went forward under the approved lines.
That was correspondent Janine Donaldson reporting. Now, how many more times are we going to have to talk about North Carolina and that state's crazy new gerrymandered maps? I guess until all this ends, I suppose, which I just don't see any end to any of this craziness in sight. But this latest move that my colleague just spoke of is perhaps unprecedented. To delay a primary election by 2 months to resolve the redistricting matter is pretty intense. Let's take a look at that gerrymandered map again, actually. We have that. It's a marvel to behold, isn't it? That is a concrete illustration of voter disenfranchisement, and it's impacting North Carolina's Black voters most of all. Now remember that this, which is North Carolina's current first district, is Congressman G.K. Butterfield's seat, which is now up for grabs because he's decided not to run after serving for 17 years in Congress, including he's a former chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. Now, this district used to be majority people of color. But Republicans now have broken the district up so that Butterfield's hometown is now in what is going to be called the 2nd district, and they've expanded it to include, as you can see, all those crazy red lines. They've expanded it to include all of this rural area. So now this district is barely 40% people of color. It is highly competitive. And Republicans are expecting to be able to actually play here as well, which just to give you a sense of how Republicans did before they had these crazy maps, the congressional seats were held by 8 Republicans and, you know, about 4 Democrats or so. It looks like Republicans have set this up for themselves to actually be able to have 10 seats out of what will now be 14. So it was about 8. Now they're going to pick up 2 because of the way that they've drawn these lines. So candidate filings for primaries just started. And this brings all the candidates' campaign aspirations to a halt for right now. And the Republican-led state General Assembly is stripping voting rights from voters to the detriment of state and congressional primary races. But this pause to examine the validity of these districts is really crucial in order to protect the black vote in North Carolina. I want to show you actually Charlotte right now. This map that you're looking at of the 12th district is actually Charlotte. Now, the little red squiggly line that you see is the district itself. Y'all know that Charlotte has a significant black population and even elected a black woman mayor, Mayor Vi Lyles. So what in the world is this foolishness that we're seeing right here with this little squiggly line? That line is literally a barrier that contains black people into a teeny region where we have some, you know, say, but little sway over the big picture politics of the state. So the reality is, you know, that all of this gerrymandering is race-based. 22% of North Carolina's voters are black. And that's enough of the electorate to carry or sway an election. And North Carolina's GOP knows this, which is why Republicans are doing what's called packing and cracking. They are packing black voters into narrow districts and trying to literally crack down on Democrats' voting power by diluting their votes, by spreading them out across districts. The last time that North Carolina went through a redistricting fight was just a few years ago, where state officials literally went back to the drawing board several times. Those attempts were held up in the courts too. Republicans, y'all, they are trying it. Hopefully they won't succeed there, but we'll see. We'll be right back.